physiological effect that can accelerate aging, often without you realizing it. It doesn't require a drug, and it does not require a disease. People experience it every day. It is called the nocebo effect. Most people have never heard of it, but the body responds to it automatically. When you are told what to expect, especially when that expectation is framed as risk or decline, your physiology changes, not metaphorically. It changes biologically. So what is the nocebo effect? The nocebo effect occurs when negative expectations produce real biological harm. Not imagined harm, not weakness, not exaggeration. Real, measurable changes in the body. In clinical trials, people routinely develop side effects from pills that contain no active drug at all. Headache, nausea, fatigue, pain, shortness of breath, and nothing was wrong with the pill. The only difference was what the person was told to expect. Nocebo is often described as the opposite of placebo, but that's not quite accurate. They are related, but they are not mirror images. The human body reacts far more strongly to added threat than it does to reassurance. Here is what actually happening. The brain is constantly predicting the future. Is this safe or is this a threat? When danger is anticipated, the body prepares immediately. Stress hormones rise, the sympathetic nervous system switches on, pain sensitivity increases, inflammatory signaling increases, sleep and recovery decline. This response is automatic, and it is not a choice. And it is not physiological fragility. It is normal human physiology. This asymmetry exists for a reason. From an evolutionary standpoint, missing a real threat was far more costly than missing reassurance. So the system evolved to respond aggressively to danger and only modestly to safety. But in the modern life, that bias becomes harmful. Nocebo does not require danger to be actually real. It only requires danger to be expected. And that happens constantly. We activate nocebo effects every day. Every time risk is framed as inevitability, every time aging is described as unavoidable decline, every time uncertainty is presented as danger, and every time someone is told this will only get worse. If you have ever been told what to expect, and that expectation was framed as deterioration, your body has already responded, because the body listens. Now, let's talk about longevity, because this is where nocebo truly matters. Aging is not caused by single events. It is driven by the accumulation of biological stress over time, what the body carries day after day, year after year. Chronic activation of stress pathways accelerates, and that accelerates vascular damage, metabolic dysfunction, immune imbalance, impaired tissue repair, loss of physiological resilience. Nocebo does not create the disease, but it raises baseline biological stress, and aging is what happens when that stress accumulates. This is why the nocebo effect matters for longevity. It doesn't need to be dramatic. Even small increases in threat signaling, if repeated daily, quietly accelerate biological wear. Not suddenly, not visibly, but persistently. This is not about denying risk. Clear information matters, Honesty matters, but how information is framed is itself a biological input. When fear becomes the default message, the body pays a physiological price. So the real longevity inside is not that belief can extend life. It's that chronic negative expectation accelerates the conditions under which aging progresses. Placebo may soften the environment slightly. Nocebo hardens it. I'm Dr. Julia Howard, and if you care about aging well, what you do matters, but so does what your body is told to expect every day over many years. In the next episode, I'll show how modern health and medical messaging unintentionally triggers nocebo and what can be done to reduce its impact. Subscribe so that you don't miss it, and I'll see you in the next episode.